Okay guys, what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about war in the Middle East, Zionists moving into Africa, the Screaming Eagles. Screaming Eagles is the nickname for the 82nd Airborne American troops on their way to get a black body bag in Iran. And let's start off with something different, is there? I like to mix it up, don't I? Have a listen to this lady.
We just finished the Black History Month. Black History Month. Asian Heritage Month too. Why did they make our calendar racial? Seems like everywhere I go, they want to ask for my race. You apply for a school, what's your race? You apply for jobs, what's your race? See, where I grew up, they don't ask that question. Because we're better at keeping our bloodline pure. So many different races to pick from under that question too. Hispanic, non-Hispanic, black, white, Pacific Islander. In Asian countries, we'll just put people into two categories. Asian or intruders.
I like that. I don't know why, I just like that. Okay guys, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, the Middle East war. Hold on. President Trump, he's currently down in Memphis, Tennessee, visiting Gracelands. I don't blame him for wanting to get out of Washington for a while. He's taken a lot of stick. According to the latest polls, only 35% of Americans support his actions in fighting Israel's war in the Middle East. The truth about Zionism in America is really waking up the American people. People are asking questions like, why are all our ambassadors 4x2s? Yeah, why are the people conducting peace talks with a Muslim nation 4x2s? Good question. Kushner, what's the other one? Whitman or Whitaker? Yeah, all 4x2s. All the key people in Trump's administration in the Epstein regime are 4x2s. Anyhow, so President Trump is going around telling people that he's really given the Iranians a pasting and they're begging for peace. Let's have a look if I can find it. Iran dismissed the US ceasefire. So President Trump is saying they're begging for peace negotiations. Otherwise he's going to blow them to bits. But the Iranians, he said, he insisted Iran was interested in cutting a deal. They are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people, the president said. I don't think President Trump gets it. I don't think President understands the minds of some men. If I was an Iranian, watching my people being slaughtered by Americans, I wouldn't be in a rush to negotiate peace, especially when I knew I was winning. Personal death, so what? They could take me out, but I'd die knowing that another patriot would rise and take my place. This is why I never worry about tangling with the Reds. They come after me, yeah? They give me a beating. They make me a martyr. That's good for the cause. And where's the honour in beating up a 77-year-old man? It's a win for nationalism if they were to get me, either way. And someone else would take my place. There's always a patriot out there ready to pick up the flag if someone drops it. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. No, they're not frightened. America has lost this war. Iran has lost this. America has lost the war. Israel has lost the war. I think they'll eventually lose Israel as well. Yeah. Now, let's have a look at something. Pause, Paul. Let's have a look at this. It's the shipping. Yeah. There you can see Arabian Sea. Most Americans won't even know what this place is, or where on the map Iran is, or where the Yemen is. Yeah, I suppose there's lots of British people don't know either. Well, the thing is, they're having a problem getting the oil through the Straits of Hormuz, right? Now, oil also goes up through past Bab el-Mandeb, yeah? That's controlled by the by the Houthis, who are at war with Saudi Arabia and have been for many years. The Saudis and the Americans haven't been able to defeat the Houthis, and should the Houthis decide to close down the straits there at Bab el-Mandeb, that means that the Suez Canal is blocked off. Yeah, so you can see they would have to come around the Cape of Good Hope to get to Europe to get their oil out. This is most alarming. Let's have a look at this. Bear with me. Okay. New threat to global shipping as Yemen's Houthis threaten to close vital Bab el-Mandeb Strait. These are tough cookies. Yeah, they've taken out ships before. Saudi Arabia, with all its modern weapons, haven't been able to defeat these people. Yeah, so if these guys decide to throw their weight behind the Iranians, it's, well, not looking good at all. Now we have to go have a look at something else. We're talking about America sending the Screaming Eagles and the Marines to make a landing in Iran. They're talking about that Karg Island. They're not going to Karg Island. That's a diversion. Yeah, they could never reach Karg Island. If they did it by helicopter, those troops would never come out. I want you to look at this, because this guy here, over on the US military history legends, really knows his stuff. Let's have a look at this video, or a bit of it, because I tell you what, it doesn't matter how well trained you are as a soldier. In today's modern warfare, you're just not going to win against the drone army. And Iran has millions of drones, and they produce thousands a day in hidden factories all over Iran, which is an enormous country. I'll leave a link to this channel. I must warn you, there are some distressing scenes in it. I'm going to stop before them. I don't like to see men die.
This is reportedly an image of an Iranian soldier waiting on Karg Island for a potential US ground operation. But I want you to pay attention right here. There are two FPV drones sitting next to the AK. And let's just say American soldiers are not ready to be on the receiving end of drone strikes. Now imagine an elite battalion of 500 Iranians with two FPV drones each. Just think of the damage they can inflict. This is alarming for so many reasons. As more and more US ground forces are being redeployed to the Middle East, all I can say is that the US military is not ready for drone warfare. Yes, they can take an island, and then what? They're gonna be sitting ducks. The US population is absolutely not ready for drone kill cams of its troops.
I hope I managed to cut that out. What the video doesn't show is the expressions of horror on infantry troops as a drone approaches and then smacks them straight in the face. Pure horror and terror. All those people in America and the Zionists crying for war. Zionists in the United Kingdom. Yeah. Tommy Robinson, bomb Iran, blow up them schoolgirls. Millions displaced. And what are they displaced for? I'll show you. All this war in Iran is doing is a kind of diversion for Israel to build their greater Israel. Have a look at this. I could throw up. Okay, this is just one of them. I wanted this one for the map. Oh. Netanyahu plots Lebanon invasion with new buffer zone. What he actually means is they are annexing parts of Lebanon, yeah? for settlers, part of the Greater Israel. If we come down to the map here, you can see the Lebanon. That's where it is for all you ignorant Americans. That's where the Lebanon is. Oh, you don't know where Israel is either. Mediterranean? No. Washington, do you know that? No. Right, have a look. Lebanon. There, to the north of Israel. If you look down into Israel itself, that white bit, that is the West Bank. That used to be Palestinian land, yeah? The people are being ethnically cleansed from that area by the Israelis. Illegal settlements being built, yeah? Just to the south of the bit in red, there, that little slice of land by, yeah, I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, that's the Golan Heights. That's a part of Syria. That's more land occupied by Israel. There, West Bank. Palestinians being ethnically cleansed. Gaza Strip, ethnically cleansed. Some of the crimes going on there are truly horrific, and the truth will come out eventually. But whilst the war in the Middle East is going on, Israel is making its move on the Lebanon, yeah? Eventually they want to take all of it. They're talking about going up to the, what's the name of the river up there? I can't remember. Here we go, the Litani River, yeah? Why do they want the Litani River? If there's one thing they're short of in Israel, it's water. That's where the Litani River is. It starts somewhere up here in the north of Lebanon, flows down out to sea there. If they get the Litani River, they've got water. Yeah, because if the Iranians decide to take out the desalination plants in Israel, and I would, they'll die of thirst. They'll leave. Now, where will they go to? Where would these Israelis go to? I've told you before, you could put Israel into Texas 31 times. I think there's about 30, 40 states that you could fit Israel into in America. There's plenty of land for them over there. Yeah, but I think they're starting to make moves on other parts of the world. One of the first videos I done was about Israelis down in Patagonia, South America, different South American countries, what they were doing there with the lands, giving concern to the people. If I can find that particular video, I'll put it in the options for you to select, which comes up at the end of this video, and you can go look at it if you like. But I thought you might like to see this. Please let me be able to find it. Here it is. Have a look at this.
In Kenya.
We want people who come to live with us and live our dream together with us.
And people across Kenya are outraged.
Africa is getting recolonized. That's a fact.
Is Kenya losing land to Israel?
Colonial Israel is getting ready to enter the fray.
The developer says he wants Israelis to come to Kenya and create an agricultural community with Kenyans.
We want to bring the dream of a community between Israeli teenager and Kenyan teenager.
How did you identify this land?
I think God brought me here.
But this Kenyan lawyer who wrote about the plan says many in the country feel it dredges up memories of when Kenya was a British colony.
To see new people coming in, buying large tracts of land, reawakens that feeling of dispossession. And then the added drama of it being an Israeli person in the midst of the genocide.
Many Kenyans learned about the 520-acre land development project when the Israeli investor was interviewed on a Kenyan TV show. The show normally features Kenyan stories, but this episode featured his pitch to sell residential and vacation homes on land he says will include a school, a mall, infinity pools, and even zip lines.
These are up for grabs. You can have your home here.
You can have it here. This is a piece of dream.
For many, anger stems from where this project is located. A privately owned dam in this very region collapsed in 2018. The flooding killed dozens and displaced thousands.
For years, they tried to seek compensation from the government, but there was radio silence. The next thing that we hear about Solai is the settlement, 520 acres and a foreigner.
Jahira says the controversy around the plan also brought to light a little-known fact about Kenyan history.
In the past, before settling on Palestinian land, one of the options considered was Uganda and Kenya.
It's true. In 1904, the Zionist Congress sent a commission to explore Kenya as an option for Jewish settlement.
Before the British decided to finally pick Palestine.
Today, Kenya actually has strong ties to Israel. The Kenyan government has been one of Israel's closest partners in Africa for decades. Israel has trained the Kenyan army, and Kenyan authorities have used Israeli security technology to spy on activists.
Israel then becomes the face of oppression for Kenyans. We would probably be one of those countries to provide the avenue, together with Somaliland and their recognition, for Israel to establish more bases here. And so it cannot therefore be said that a land ownership can be innocuous when we juxtapose it with all these other actions that we feel Israel is responsible for in the country.
While it may be true that for some, this project is an attractive land development plan, for others, it's raised complicated political questions and brought painful historic legacies back to the surface.
We don't want to go back to the times when we had to fight for our own land.
What do you think, guys? Are they going to relocate? PT? Did you think PT was a bit envious of Dino Bain being out in Thailand? I'm envious of Dino Bain. If I was single, I'd be going to Thailand. I've got happy memories of Thailand. I've got happy memories of Penang. That's Singapore, Hong Kong. Come to think of it, Africa. Okay, guys. That's all I've got for you. It's not the videos I wanted to make. I wanted to make 3 videos about that. There we go. So, we know the Israelis, they're going to be... I liked what that Israeli guy said in there. When that African asked him, why did you come here? And he said, God sent me. Okay, hold on. Oh, God just told me he's a lying bastard. Okay, guys, you've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. What a couple of days. See you on the next one, guys. Like, subscribe and share. Make this channel grow. Become a Green Arrow. There'll be presents along the way. Decorations, awards. Done it before.